Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
Breathe deep. Imagine your legs more limber in Duluth Trading Double Flex Denim. Envision euphorically squatting for that can of suds, bending for your toolbox in a state of bliss, lunging for your laser level on a whole new level. Relax and allow the flex to fill you with ability. Find your inner flex in Double Flex Denim only at Duluth Trading.
Podcast where everyone's welcome at the table, but of course, no one knows whose turn it is. This is Chris.
Hey, and this is Anthony.
And this is episode 544, Top Ranked Games from every year of BGA. We like to thank all our Patreon backers for helping us bring you a brand new episode. Hey friends, we're back, and not only are we back, Anthony Chaffield's back with us this week.
That's me. I'm here. What? It's crazy. Who knew?
He's the guy. He's back. You're here. He's here. We did it. We brought him back.
You, he, which? Okay. I'm all the yous and the he's?
No, the yous are the people who are listening in the future. They're the future yous. You are the present me's.
What?
Yes, exactly. This podcast is both present and future and past, depending on the time and point in which you listen. But as we know, time is just an illusion, and all points in time are actually happening simultaneously. There really isn't no distinction. Time is just there so that progress can happen, at least in our particular human experience.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like an anime version of my passive voice class in my writing course. All right, you guys, there's multiple tenses. You can't use them all at the same time, okay? Unless we're living in this weird sphere of time. I don't know.
Well, according to the Zeno paradox, there is actually no possible forward movement. So
great. That's cool. I'm not getting older.
You're not getting older.
I love it. This is great. Zeno paradox for life.
Well, look, we've done 544 episodes. You can listen to any of the 544 episodes and be in that particular time and place in which you were once present. But it's past. But you're listening to it in the future.
I think we're losing people in the present.
Ah, there you go, buddy. See, that's the high quality comedy that we've been missing from Anthony Chatfield being on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're glad to have him back, and thank you all for backing us on Patreon to bring him back. He is a very, very expensive co-host.
Am I?
You are.
Where's the money going? Because I don't have it.
I don't know. I think embezzlement, from what I hear.
From who?
I don't know.
Is there a third person stealing the money?
Well, someone's doing it. Maybe it's our legal staff.
Right? Yeah, our legal staff.
Highly paid. We got to have a legal staff just in case.
Yeah. I guess the fact we don't pay them is why they're taking the money.
Well, someone's got to embezzle, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Nonetheless, again, another fun episode here. Talking about the most wonderful thing in the world, the most transformative things of the world, cardboard. And its various forms of paper and wood, and every once in a while, plastic, because reasons.
Plastic. Mixing it up.
I know. Once you were a Euro, you were pure Euro. You were all about the paper and the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And then plastic got involved, and you were like, hey, no plastic in my paper. But now you're cool with it. Now you have the hybrid games. You got your Blood Rage, and you got your other games that are hybrids. where they need the plastic. Yeah.
We have to go through this list that we're doing today and count up the games that are cardboard versus the ones that are plastic. I think it has changed over time, though, like looking at the list. But I think cardboard might still have the edge.
I think there was a period of peak plastic.
Yeah.
And then I think over time, the nostalgia kind of filtered back in. And then deluxe components shifted from being molded plastic miniatures back to screen printed wooden meeples and miniatures and things like that.
Lots of wood. Yeah.
Lots of wood.
People are all about the wood.
I think the most interesting thing was probably, again, maybe we'll talk about this later, Unconscious Mind, because their super deluxe upgraded set on Kickstarter, or it was GameFound, I'm not sure which, it was one of their crowdfunding sites. Like, it came with these beautiful, beautiful molds, plastic miniatures, and yet every time I play the game, everyone always wants to play with the screen printed meeples.
Yeah. Yeah. I was one of those people. I'm like, I don't want the plastic. No.
Which is weird, because they're nice. They're not junky.
No.
And you do move them in the game. They do have to move around the city. So
the thing is yes. In a photo, the plastic might look nicer.
It does.
But it's nicer to feel the wood.
Ooh. Okay.
Because that's like, it's so tactilely. Like if I'm playing the game, I want the wood pieces.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at pictures online, I'm like, yeah, the plastic looks great, but I don't want to touch it.
Anthony likes to touch the wood, folks. Anyhow,
that's where we are, apparently, this episode. When we record after 10 o'clock, that's where we go.
Look, we usually do an after hours episode, so it happens after our typical podcast. So typically our podcast happens usually around 8 to 10, and then usually the after hours are 10 till we fall asleep.
Yep.
So we are well into the 10th hour of our days, and you're getting a little after hours effect here.
Mm-hmm.
And some quantum theory, because, I went
to
school and learned things.
That's where we go, right?
It's true. People don't think about that. People usually get drunk. We get smart as we get more sleepy.
Or nonsensical, or both.
Well, I don't know. If you've ever been to a college classroom, a lot of that stuff is one and the same, nonsensical and smart at the same time.
That's true. If you ask my students, they would tell you that.
Yeah, see? It all makes sense. But for this episode, it's going to be a fantastic full episode of the top ranked games each and every year that they came out during the run of Board Gamers Anonymous. So for the last 12 years, we've been talking about the latest and the greatest. But again, not considering time paradox theory, there's been 5 or so great games each and every year that's been produced that year. And we're going to talk about 60 different wonderful, fantastical games that came out, Anthony.
Yeah. So we're borrowing this list a little bit. So credit goes to Robotco over on the Board Game subreddit on Reddit.
Woohoo! Thanks so much.
Who actually, if you look this one up on Reddit, they went back to 1924.
Whoa!
So they did the top 5 ranked games from every year back to 1924 that are currently listed on Board Game Geek. Some years don't have 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you going to do? But it was a kind of a cool idea. So I'm like, why don't we do that? And we'll update the numbers because this list is from almost like last year, I think. And so we updated the numbers to the current listings and added 2025, and we adjusted it for the duration of Board Gamers Anonymous, which is, 12 years, not 100. And here we are. So it'll be fun.
Did you remember to carry the 1?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Anthony, speaking of which, if you're going to go as far back as 100 years and as far back as 1924 and talk about the top tabletop games that actually came out over the last 100 years, where, in fact, you can actually see the top 100 games going way back over the last 100 years.
Ooh, that's a great transition.
I know. See, this is what happens after 10 o'clock, people.
Yeah.
So, Board Game Academics, our sister academic journal, educational practitioner website that talks about all of the serious play that you can have with your fantastical collection of games, is doing a conference. We've talked about this in the past, and this is really going to be our big pitch for you right here and now, because we really would like you to attend. You do not need to be a scholar. You do not need to be an academic. You do not need to be a practitioner. You just have to be a person that is literally one of 2 things. 1, you've never been to the fantastical, strong National Museum of Play up in Rochester, New York. This is the museum, the archive, the play place with all of the greatest toys, video games, and board games of all time. So much so that they do a yearly kind of list. A fantastical, fun play place, everything you could possibly want for your gamer needs, your family interest. And if you come to the conference, it's free for the whole weekend. You have complete access to the entire museum on top of some really amazing presentations. So our keynote speaker, Eric Zimmerman, he is amazing. He's produced so many great games that we've talked about in the past. He's an amazing academic from the NYU Game Center, and he's actually going to run us through in his keynote address some really fun games that we're going to be able to utilize together as a group. On top of which, we're going to have a ton of different presentations from people from all different disciplines, all different practitioner field, game designers, who are going to give us presentations on how they use all of these commercially available tabletop games that you have in your collection in different ways to educate, to counsel, to develop personal and career kind of decisions and growth, to work with occupational therapy, rehabilitation therapy, work with K through 12, and just really engage more and more communities in tabletop gaming. On top of all that, if you love game demos, prototypes in action, there's going to be a game demo night on Saturday night. 4 hours of playing game demos that are coming out. These are first-time, first-run games. These are expansions that are about to hit the market. These are new game designers that are coming out with their great crafts. You get to actually play those games first. Now, on top of which, there is a wonderful hotel that's literally less than a 5-minute walk to the museum. So you'll be in your hotel room, open the window, and see giant tokens from Monopoly from your window, and be able to, again, go back and forth, of course, which is always a lot of fun, but be able to benefit from a really heavily discounted room rate, which, Anthony, that's going to be closing up by the time, give or take a couple of days after this podcast releases?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so this podcast comes out on September 10th, and you're going to be able to book that room through the end of September 12th. So if you're listening to this the day it comes out, you have 2 days. If you're going to come, book that room, unless you're local and driving. But
now you can still come to
the hotel.
Yeah, you can still come to the conference regardless. You can come to that hotel. You can go to any other hotels. We still want you to attend if you can't make the reservations right now. But if you can, this is obviously the cheapest rate you're going to get. And you're going to be surrounded with everyone from the BGA community. Yep. So stop the podcast. Once I give you here, the link, and I'm sure Anthony will drop the link into the show notes. Yep. BoardGameAcademics.com/register. If you haven't been to the BoardGameAcademics.com website, you're really missing out. There's so much great content. This is not high-level, crazy, multiple PhD kind of level like craft and quantum physics. This is just really gamers talking to gamers. And what we really want for you is to have the information to get more games to the table. And really, where can you get that best from? Other gamers. So check out the website. And as Anthony was saying, there's been more than 100 years of tabletop gaming here in the US. You get to see all of those great games. If you want to know more about all of the historic, wonderful games that the Strong National Museum of Play has, go all the way down on our website, on that registration page. On the bottom, you'll see a download PDF link. That's going to give you all the different collections, pictures of so many different games. It's going to blow your mind. Like, it's really a fascinating, interesting, beautiful connection. And maybe, just maybe, you probably want to take one of those games home. You can't, but maybe. Maybe that could happen. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't even think about doing it. It'll get us in trouble. But you might think about it.
You might think about it. And I might think about it with you, but we won't do it. We'll just think about it.
Please don't do it. We want to go back next year.
They're really fantastic, wonderful, fun people, but we will be playing games together. So if you ever wanted to join BGA, ever, like if you ever thought about it, coming to a convention, coming to an event, charity event, please come to the conference. Like, we really would love to meet you. We really love to play games with you. We really love to present all the wonderful work that all of you are doing out there. And if no other reason, support your fellow gamers getting more people at the table. I mean, come on. More people at the table. More places you could play games, like in the office, in your practice, with other people in different locations and things. Let's make tabletop gaming something that everyone does for their social activity, but also for their engagement with other people and in their particular profession. And you could show off a little bit, which is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So please do join us and hit us up. It really would be appreciated. And again, before we get into too much of the episode, just want to mention ever so quickly, we do sincerely thank all our Patreon backers for helping us bring you a new episode each and every week, because financially we could not do so without it. And this week, we have a brand new Patreon. Hank, just Hank, that's literally his screen name there, just backed us at a new level. And again, if you haven't checked out patreon.com yet, you are missing out on Anthony and I fumbling around for at least an hour, multiple weeks, talking about random topics, typically movies, TV shows, anime, books, and other random kind of fun stuff as we start to fall asleep. So
yeah, well, you're really selling it, man.
Yeah. Well, I think, look, there's a lot of podcasts out there, and their chief gimmick is that they drink while they do the podcast.
True.
Okay.
True.
Anthony and I do not drink, right? That's not a thing we do. And we definitely don't do it on the podcast. So this is a family-friendly, direct podcast. But again, I think people like to hear people be silly, Anthony, and kind of loosen up a little bit. And you and I do that from exhaustion. Right?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Lack thereof. Yes.
Sleep deprived podcast. Yeah.
It's like being drunk, they say.
Look, we've done a lot of different forms of content on Patreon. If you haven't been on patreon.com/BGA, please do check it out. We just want you to check these things out because they might have content and things, whether it's the conference or Patreon, that might really interest you. And I guess, Anthony, finally, YouTube, because we're still trying to hit our 1,000 backers on YouTube. We have several thousand people listen to the podcast every week, but less than 1,000 on YouTube as far as subscriptions concerned. If you have never seen us on YouTube, Anthony, what do we have? About 10 new videos, actual videos of me talking to people?
Yeah. The Board Game Academics podcast is all up there on YouTube. They are video podcasts. You can check out Chris talking to some of our presenters, our past presenters, some really big names in the industry. Designers like Jason Matthews, Eric Zimmerman. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And again, it's kind of a detailed take into tabletop gaming, which I think you would obviously love. Anthony mentioned Jason Matthews. He designed Twilight Struggle, 1960, The Making of the President, and again, so many other things. So again, where else do you have that opportunity to really talk to people who are just like powerhouses in the industry? So
right.
A really good opportunity, really brilliant people, and you got to see their personal side of it. Yeah. So not sleep deprived, but yet their personal side, and I think that's a lot of fun.
Those are daytime podcasts.
Those are daytime podcasts where Chris is actually awake.
Yeah, killing it.
Not like he is now.
You're awake. You're fine.
If you say so. I think I'm talking in my sleep, but that's fine. That's fine too, right?
It's all very coherent. I appreciate it.
It's the caffeinated podcast where Chris keeps going until he falls asleep.
There you go.
Nonetheless, Anthony, beyond all that fun stuff, let's actually get into the episode and talk about the top ranked games for every year that BGA has been around.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to run through each year, starting back in 2013. If you're relatively new to the podcast, yeah, we've been around since 2013. So
is that 12 years, Anthony?
That is 12 plus years.
Whoa.
August 2013. We'll just count out the episodes, right?
It's true. 544 episodes, but we've done other podcasts. That is not this one.
That's true. We've also done other podcasts. We've broken it down. We've done a lot. There's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah,
we do.
So, I figured a fun way to do this would be, have you looked at the list yet?
I have not looked at the list.
Okay. So why don't you try to guess what's on this list, and then we'll run through each of them. So what I've done is using the wonderful starter list of Roboto over on Reddit, and then kind of addending that accordingly based on what the current listings are today. We have the top 5 ranked games on Board Game Geek that came out in each of these years. So in 2013, what are 5 games that came out that are the highest rated on Board Game Geek?
Well,
what do you got?
to be fair, Anthony, I've had a podcast since 2013, so I might know a couple of these.
You should know all of these. But...
Oh, no. That was 12 years ago, and I'm really tired.
I would say 2 of these, maybe 3, are in your top 100.
All right. So this goes back to our Myriad days. So I have to think about when we used to podcast sometimes at Myriad, and that was always a little awkward and odd. But it makes me remember the games a little bit better. So
it's true.
That's certainly a thing. One of them that I remember explicitly is when I did a full-throated walkthrough and review, which was very long, and I think that might be the one time I actually wrote it down because it had so many moving parts to it. Caverna the Cave Farmers.
Ding, ding, ding.
Whoa!
Caverna the Cave Farmers. Yeah, the second highest rated game from 2013 at number 57 on Board Game Geek.
That was $90 when it came out. And that was back when $90 was a lot of money.
Bananas. I had this game delivered to my work because I was so stressed out about having it shipped to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was early enough in the hobby where I'm like, I can't spend that much on a board game. And fast forward 12 years, I'm like, ha ha ha. I spent so much more on board games.
You're like, $90? That'll never happen again. This is the most expensive game. What, are they crazy? And you're like, oh, I wish the game was only $90.
Yeah, that would have been great.
And that was one of the games that was like packed to the brim.
It really was, yeah. And now it's, especially with the expansion stuff in there, it doesn't really fit, honestly. There's so much stuff in that box.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other guesses? Including a game that I know you've played dozens of times, but do not own.
Oh, do not own. Well, Anthony, there is a classic game that I do not own, but I do love, and that has to be, I've talked about this a lot. That's got to be Concordia, Anthony.
That is the top-rated game from 2013.
Whoa, there you go.
Yeah, number 26.
Yes, the game that I somehow still do not own, but still do love tremendously, because everyone else owns a copy of it.
Yeah, it's Matt Gertz's, whether it's his masterpiece or not, depends on which other games you've played, but it's definitely his highest-rated and most popular game, and I love it a lot. I have the game, I have Venus, I have all the expansion. Well, not all the expansions. Like 6 of the expansions. But
I have the app.
You do?
It's not really good, but I have it.
It's a good game. It's great.
Yeah.
With the solo bot especially, it's a lot of fun. I played a lot more than I used to.
Sure.
So the other 3 on the list, number 3, Eldritch Horror.
Okay, we used to not play that, if I remember correctly, at least early on.
I have never played Eldritch Horror.
Okay.
I'm not a big, like, pre-Arkham Horror the card game, not a big Arkham anything guy. So
sure.
I just avoided all those. So that's ranked 134 on Board Game Geek.
Sure.
Russian Railroads.
Yes, we played that at the beer house that time.
We did, right off the ferry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, me, and George.
We did. And Drew, I think.
And Drew was there. That's right.
Yes. We did not drink before we won the game.
Exactly.
Don't drink in game, people. Stay smart.
No,
that's what I say.
It's too hard. So that one's 145, and that's obviously not including that expansion.
Yes.
So I remember Russian Railroads used to be in the top 100. It has definitely dripped out of there in the last few years.
That's weird, especially with the Asian railroads. You think that would have kept it high.
The interesting thing I found as I updated this list is that the games in like the first 3 or 4 years here have slowly gotten lower on the list, like closer towards 100. The ones in the middle have gotten higher. Interesting. And then the most recent games have gotten much higher. But then if you go to like this year, we'll get to it. But it's like a reverse parabola. It's interesting how it works.
I would blame German railroads for not being in print as much as an expansion.
Right.
People could not find it. I mean, really early on, people couldn't find it, and that really opened the game up big for Russian railroads.
Yeah, and like if they'd made Ultimate Railroads
sooner, it's
sooner, accessible, not stupidly expensive, I think that would be ranked in the top 100.
And you had to buy it all again because it didn't match up with the colors because they did that purposely. Boo.
That was so frustrating.
That was boo.
Yeah.
Boo. I said it. Hot take. Boo.
Boo, hiss.
Yes. Ooh, hiss. Wow,
Boo
man.
And a hiss, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimate Railroads is listed as an expansion on Board Game Geek.
That's weird because it's basically a reboot, complete reboot.
Yeah, because you can't buy the original stuff.
No. It doesn't work with the original stuff.
So it's not ranked at all.
That's weird.
Because it's an expansion.
Weirdly enough, I disagree a lot with BGG. I disagree with that pretty strongly.
That's pretty bad because the number of games, like the new Food Chain Magnet with the new bits, that's a separate listing as a game.
Well,
it's the same game.
Twilight Imperium, right? Doesn't that fall into the Twilight Imperium class?
Twilight Imperium is, yeah. Yeah, it's the same as that, I would say, because it's got new stuff in it.
From 3 to 4, it collected the expansions and then kind of combined them. Isn't that what Asian Railroads is?
Yeah.
So it should get a full game listing.
Yeah, you can't buy, and it's different enough you can't combine any of this stuff because they changed the colors of the rail pieces.
Yeah, so it should have its own listing.
All right, you hear that, Asmodee? You messed up.
It took us a couple of years, but now we're getting back to it.
Yeah.
It may not be Asmodee's fault. I'm assuming it's a BGG issue.
It probably is a BGG issue.
Yeah.
It's so random. There's no set rules for this stuff. It's just random. All right, number 5 for 2013 is a game that I love a lot, Nations.
Yes. Good game.
Number 258 on Board Game Geek.
That's very good. I like that. Don't own it. I like it, though.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm surprised it's that high, because it's expensive.
That's a game that's like, it definitely should be coming back as in a rebooted version.
Right? I'm surprised it hasn't.
It's kind of out of date the way it looks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump on to 2014. Sure. So we have, this is an interesting year for a few reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that any one of these is like something that would super jump out as you. I know the number 1 is a game that you've played a lot and like.
Okay.
The rest
I remember
of these...
one. I remember one from that year because I kind of made it a big thing, and it was a little bit of a controversy. Because I remember we talked about this recently, and that's 5 Tribes.
Yep, that's
what number is it?
Number 3.
Okay, so 5 Tribes had the infamous slave cards as a resource.
Yeah,
and that was something I remember brought up on the Dice Tower, and we talked about this way back a couple of maybe only 3 or 4 episodes ago when we were talking about our Fight the Power games.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first games that was like, oh, okay, these games do have a lot of colonial problems in it, and I don't want to sell brown or black people for resources. That's icky and problematic and wrong in like 15 different ways. Can we not do that? And guess what? Days of Wonder agreed, and they swapped it out. And there was never a problem with that issue again with any other game.
No one has ever done that again. Yes.
Done! I did it, people. Back in 2014.
Yeah. 11 years later.
No one knows anymore because it's not a thing.
Yeah, exactly. 11 years later, no one would make that a mistake. It's crazy to think that.
No, not even recently either.
No. Definitely not to the point where they had to take the game off the market.
And it's not a thing.
Yeah. So that's number 3, ranked number 92 on Board Game Geek.
Okay.
So let's run through these. Number 5 that year is Patchwork.
Patchwork.
Uwe Rosenberg's
classic.
Yeah, modern day classic. I've played this game with my kids a lot. Mm-hmm. I play it mostly with them around Christmas because they released a Christmas version of it.
Yes, with the cookie cutter.
Yeah, and like we own 3 versions of it, but that's the one they like and they associate with Christmas because there are no good Christmas board games, so that one sticks out.
It's hard too because Patchwork has, like you said, had so many different versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to remember which year it actually came out.
Yeah,
because they were producing new versions of it almost immediately.
Yeah, and it in my head it came out after A Feast for Odin, but it came out 2 years before A Feast for Odin.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it split off from that. He played with it and he released it, and he's like, I still have to figure out this other big monstrosity of a game.
That's his polyomino phase.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it's in line with his Feast for Odin with the polyominoes. Yeah, he's exactly. Like, I'm doing the farming. This is polyomino thing. What if farming and polyominoes?
Yeah. Speaking of which, number 4 that year was another Uwe Rosenberg game, Fields of Arle.
Okay.
Which is number 96 on the list. And this is kind of like a natural progression from Caverna, because it is like the worker placement super sprawling thing, and it almost also leads directly into Feast for Odin because it is like a sandbox approach.
Sure.
The difference with this one is it was like 1 or 2 players only.
Gotcha.
Until they added the expansion where you could play with the 3rd player.
Yeah, I like that game. I think I even own a copy of it, but it's one of those kind of like it's like the middle child in Uwe's farming kind of collection. where it's like just as good as the others in a lot of ways, but it just kind of gets forgotten because the other ones are just so big for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I remember picking it up and being like, why is this? And this is different somehow. And I'm like, no, it's good, but I don't know that it's like mind-blowingly different or better than the others.
It's hard because the other ones are such anchors to his collection that this one gets forgotten all the time.
Sure. All right. Number 2 on the list is Star Wars Imperial Assault, which is 79 on Board Game Geek. This is the last game my wife bought for me. It was
you're both married, right? You're still married?
Yeah. Well, she just like at a certain point, she's like, I can't buy you games anymore. It's a waste of time and money. And I'm like, yeah, fair. I got this game on Christmas Eve in 2014 because we were not planning on doing Christmas the day after because my daughter was due the following day. And she showed up on Christmas Eve anyways. So
Two gifts.
I remember opening this game in the morning, and then me and my son, who was 3 at the time, we were like adjusting the plastic so I could start painting them. And like 3 hours later, we were at the hospital. So,
there you go.
That's the memory. Like I played the game and it's good, but like those are the memories I have of this game. It's just like it's a Christmas present, and also my daughter was born that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1, Orleans.
Ah, yes.
Number 38 all time.
One of my favorite games. Played at a lot of meetups, and only with the small expansions does it really open up. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's a little solvable if you get to go first. But again, we've talked about that in the past.
Yeah, it's a weird broken game that's better with the expansions.
Yeah, just because there needs to be other best paths for victories. I think if I remember correctly, it was like the scholar path that you take if you go first. But if you don't go first, you don't benefit off of that. But it's a great game. It really is. And they had the deluxe version of it, which made it weird because you had to set up the board. But if you could feel the pieces, you could almost like weirdly kind of like it doesn't work with the deluxe version because like the pieces on the board are supposed to be hidden, but they're not hidden because they're actual shapes of the things that are out there. So that was a weird thing. But again, excellent game.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Mm-hmm. All right. 2015.
Yeah.
There are at least 2 from your top 100 on here, 3 from mine.
2015. Okay.
And this was a big year for like vibey games that kind of people were like, this is changing the industry.
I know exactly what that when you say that. That's got to be viticulture, right?
Viticulture is definitely there. Yeah, that's the 4th one, number 43. Viticulture Essential Edition came out in 2015.
Because people, even to this day, it's just like, that's the game that changed everything. And I'm just like, sure. Like, it's good. Like, I like it, but like,
it's not the first worker placement. It's not the best worker placement, but sure, it's the most commonly played, maybe? I don't know.
Or as I played it once at a Panera and a family walked by and the mother said to the child, yes, son, that is Italian Monopoly. And I was just like, I was about to correct her. I'm like, fair enough.
That is what it is. You're right.
We'll take it.
Yeah. All right. On the flip side of that, what's a big sprawling game that nobody thought like that just came out of nowhere and was hard to find for a while? Came out in 2015. You played it well before I did.
Oh, I probably, if I played before you did, the one that I played that was that big, that was hard to find. Food Chain Magnet?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was one of the rare times I was actually able to get it to games that you didn't.
Yeah, you had I don't remember how you got that out.
I had a friend.
I hadn't even seen it yet. Like, because you had to import it, and then like for the first 6 months, that was the only way to get it.
Yeah, our friend, I think it was Chris, although it might have been Eddie, but I think it was Chris. And back in the day, he was a big Euro mule. Like, he used to get like all the games from Europe that were like in Essen. Because back then in the day, we didn't get a lot of the Euro games over here.
Right.
Or it took him a crazy amount of time. So you actually had to order it. And again, back in the day, I don't remember, what was the price on this? $110, if I remember correctly?
I think so, yeah.
And it was like, no, that's unreasonable for a board.
we were
so
crazy.
Young and innocent.
Yeah, so naive. That one is number 5 for that year, number 49 overall. Yeah. Everything in the top 5 here for 2015 is in the top 100. Is in the top 50.
Good year.
So, yeah. One more game here in the top 100, in both of our top 100s.
2015. So after you and I, if this is after Myriad, and one of the games after Myriad that you and I both liked a lot. That Seven Wonders Duel.
Yes.
Yes, Seven Wonders Duel, because we remember played Seven Wonders, and then that came out later, and that's both in our top 100, and we both love that game. Yeah.
Yep. So Seven Wonders Duel is number 21 overall, number 3 from that year.
Okay.
It's actually dropped a little bit in the last couple years. It was as high as like 17, I think, at one point.
That's surprising.
And we'll talk about a game from 2024 that might have contributed to that.
Ooh, okay.
When we get there. The number 2 game from 2015 is a reprint that has climbed up and taken over the spot of its predecessor. Through the Ages, A New Story of Civilization.
Sure.
So I think that's also on both of our top 100s.
Absolutely, it's on our top 100s. Yeah, without question.
Number 15 overall. And then number 1 is a game that I don't remember ever putting it on my top 100, but I definitely liked it a lot. I played it with my wife, and you did not play it, but you watched YouTube videos of it.
Oh, Pandemic Legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the fall of Pandemic Legacy and Time Stories, where it was like board games are different forever.
Yes.
And it turned out it was just a fad.
And it was also, it was the last of those years, those great years.
Yeah. They kept trying to bring it back, and people were like, no, that's still the best one. Sorry.
Yeah, it had Risk. I remember Risk Legacy at Myriad, so that was 2013. And then afterwards, the peak was Pandemic Legacy, season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then Time Stories was out there, and that was like a curiosity. And then it went dark with Seafall, and it never came back.
There's been a few high points, but nothing like Pandemic Legacy, which is still ranked number 2. So
I don't know. I think we should have a podcast on that, because I'd like to argue that there has never been the Legacy thing never really. What Legacy game has come back? Machikoro?
We'll get to another one.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we got another one. Yeah.
There are 2 more coming up that are on these lists.
Okay.
So we'll get to those. I don't think they're nearly as big as this one, but they're doing well.
Okay. Maybe people out there listen. Maybe they know.
Yeah. If you're listening now, you're like, I know what it is. We'll get there.
They're going to our back catalog and trying to figure it out before we get there. Go ahead. Quick, before they get there. All right, 2016, huge year. Yes.
4 of these 5 games are in one of our top 100s. I think 2 of them are in both. No, only one of them's in both, because this one's dropped off for you. So I'll kick it off just real quick. A Feast for Odin, number 5, is number 24 overall.
Okay.
This isn't my top 100, my top 25. Uwe Rosenberg's big sandbox, sprawling, polyomino, crazy, everything going on game.
Yep.
Which I love.
Sure, someone has to. Yeah. It's fine.
Obviously, a lot of people do.
I guess. Ache food people. You're probably still playing the game that you started way back in 2015.
It's not that long.
It's that long.
No, it isn't.
It's a legacy game without being a legacy game. You're still trying to put that game away, and you can't figure out.
It's the same length of all of his games. It just takes a little longer.
That's not true. It's not the same length of all his games.
Yeah, it is. It's not that long.
Oh, it's that long. No, you don't think that's longer? But you have to count the setup and the breakdown, to be fair.
I could set that game up in 15 minutes.
All right. Go!
Not right now.
You had a chance, man. Could have done it.
Tiny little desk here. I can't do it now.
I could set my patchwork on this tiny little desk in less than 15 minutes.
I also like patchwork. I didn't say I didn't.
I'm saying it's not equally as long as all of his other games.
Yeah, I didn't mean all of his other games. I meant the other big bucks games. Agricola takes forever. Caverna takes forever to set up. It could be freaking Feast for Odin.
Forever? I don't know.
You gotta find all those little rooms. You gotta put them on the boards.
That's adorable, though. They're cards. You're thinking Caverna. Caverna does take a long time.
I said Caverna.
I thought you said Agricola.
Agricola I don't play. I don't know.
Go back to the podcast, people. Go 10 seconds back and figure it out. I think you said Agricola.
I think I said Agricola, and then I said Caverna after that.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, both. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The number 4 here, the game that you thought, or correctly saying, that biggest Kickstarter board game of all time.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be Scythe, man.
Yeah. Number 19 overall. This wasn't my top 100 for a bit. I really haven't played it much in the last 7 years, but I know it's still up there for you.
Yeah, and you and I were ahead of the curve. Both of our fingers were waiting on Kickstarter to back this immediately to get the first copies.
Backer number 2.
Were you really backer number 2?
2 or 3. I don't remember.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Not number 1. I was like, not number 1, but I was very close.
But I'm sure that's Jamie's copy. I'm sure if you popped a game, you buy the first copy, right?
I would think so.
Because he numbered those, right?
Yeah, but it was random.
Oh, was it random?
Like, my box isn't number 2. I was just backer number 2 on Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. My box is like number 400 something.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah. Couple more here at the top. These are, again, big 2016 releases.
I know one of them for sure.
One a game we never thought would exist, and the other one that you had to hunt down at a convention.
Oh, the hunt down one is pretty easy because that was a convention game. I think that was Gen Con. That was Terraforming Mars.
Yeah, that's number 1 from that year, number 7 overall. Still in my top 100. I know it's fallen out of yours for Ares Expedition, but
it has. And I recently played it a couple of times on Board Game Arena. It just, again, without so many of the errata that's kind of necessary with like moving the terraforming. I played a couple of games on Board Game Arena and people were just like farming cards, and I'm just like, I want this game to be over. Like, it's like, my board's full with like my color, but also you're still getting microbes. So sure, it's like, I want the game to end. I'm sorry, I just.
It is a never-ending game if you don't.
Talk about a 4-hour game, as you said.
Yeah. It's one of those games that if I play with more than 2 people, I don't think I've ever won, because I'm always the guy who's like, well, let's terraform. I want to terraform the thing. And then you don't win the game doing that.
No, you don't. You have to set up the cards. You have to build a tableau. That's what I always found weird about the digital versions of it. They're like, look how giant Mars is. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter to winning the game, man. I don't know why you're doing that.
Yeah.
You don't understand the game if that's what you're putting all your digital assets into.
All right. Can you guess the other one?
The game that I never thought would be released, if I consider the fact that the Scythe episode was also when way back when we used to do the New Year prediction episodes, and my predictions were weirdly on spot without literally any outside information. So Scythe was there. Rio Grande was on there. I think one of the big predictions that did come true they would have a Death Star would be produced in one of their games. So I'm going to go with Star Wars Rebellion.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That was one of my predictions and actually came out, which again, I didn't know. I control the universe, but therefore.
This one surprised everybody because the conventional wisdom at the time was that there would be no Star Wars board game from a major like hobby publisher.
Yeah.
Because Hasbro had the lock on that license.
Yeah.
And somehow Fantasy Flight managed to rip it away from them in a little bit, and they built Star Wars Rebellion, which is the best Star Wars board game, ranked number 9 overall, number 2 from that year.
There was a whole thing about that, right? There was like a whole, I don't know if it was legal, but it was like shipping and like there was a whole thing, right?
Yeah, so this game was very expensive because they had to give money to Hasbro.
Okay.
They had to kick money back to Hasbro basically for the license. They were paying for the license through another licensee.
Yeah.
So instead of the normal 10%, they were paying like 20% on the license or something like that. Those numbers are made up, but so I think the game was like $100.
Yeah,
something crazy like that. It was really expensive.
Yeah, but like you said, the greatest Star Wars game of all time. Still to this day.
Yeah. Yep. All right, and then the last one here, which neither of us particularly like, so we'll just rip it out here. Number 3, Great Western Trail.
Yeah.
Which is number 17 overall of all time. Yeah, it's there. It's fine. Alexander Pfister moving some cows around. All right, moving on to number 2, 2017. Some really big stuff in 2017. The former number 1 game of all time.
Well, 2017 was a big year. Kickstarter was now gearing up, producing a lot, and conventions. We were massively going to conventions. Gloomhaven, that's got to be the year of Gloomhaven.
Yeah, this is the top rated one. Gloomhaven is now down to number 4 on Board Game Geek.
That's surprising. Yeah,
it was the number 1 for 5 years, I think.
Okay,
it was up there for a really long time before Brass took over. But it has fallen down below 3 other games at this point.
And we played it before it came out. Remember that?
Yeah. So I had backed this game back when it was like $80 to back, which is crazy.
Jeez, man.
And then Isaac sent out a thing being like, if you're at Origins, I have the prototype and I can walk you through it. And I was like, yeah, that'll be great. And so we sat down and we played like the intro mission with Isaac on the prototype.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was the most impressive experience, but we did get an early taste of the game about a year before it came out.
Yeah, and our friend Daniel, way back when, he was like hot on this way back.
That's why I backed it. I think there was an episode I wasn't on that he did an acquisition disorder, and I heard it when I was editing the podcast or when I was reviewing it and posting it.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I want that.
So once again, the Board Gamers Anonymous podcast, most dedicated, passionate fans that will buy every game we talk about is us.
Exactly. Yeah. Advertise on your podcast because you'll get at least 2 sales.
That's right. And sometimes 4 if we have guests on. There
exactly. Yeah. It's great. All right. Other big stuff that year. We had the big one that I brought home from Gen Con.
Oh, that's going to be TI4.
TI4, yeah.
That was such a massive thing, and you had to wait online, need tickets and stuff, and
yeah. I jumped in that line. They announced it like 3 or 4 days before the show, and they're like, "We're going to have it there." I'm like, "I guess I'm buying this game."
You got to come to the convention to meet Anthony, and he's just like, "It's been willed, therefore it will happen."
I'm going to go stand in this line for 4 hours. It's happening.
Bye.
But yeah, I picked it up, and we actually played it only a couple months later at PAX.
That was great. That was a great time.
Middle of the night. It was awesome. In a hotel lobby, the worst place to pay TI for.
Yeah, but it was fun.
No, it was a lot of fun. I strong memories of that.
Strong. I'm sure somebody else has strong memories of that. And I'm sure other people have no memory of that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Couple more huge ones here. Also in top 100s, we have Spirit Island at number 3.
Yeah. Can't forget
number
that
11
one.
overall.
Yeah.
It's big year. It's actually surprising it came out that long ago because I feel like it's just. I guess they've been releasing new content for it ever since, but.
And Spirit Island TI4 in the same year, like what juggernauts? Like
this was a big year, yeah. Gaia Project at number 4, which was number 13 overall.
Yes, I remember playing that at the convention as well, and just being like, "Oh, okay, they did it. They did make a better version of a game that was kind of great, but also kind of dull. And like this was a little more dull looking, but a better game."
Yeah. It's a funny thing. Like it's less visually interesting, but just mechanically much stronger.
It's true.
And then number 5 here, Too Many Bones. The first of those big old chip box games. From
I picked it up later. I wasn't an early adopter on that. But I think that was what certainly had put Chip Theory games on the map, because before then they had produced games, but not like anything like this.
No, they had like Hoplomachus, which and like 4 versions of that, which was fun. I remember seeing Hoplomachus at Gen Con in 2014 because their booth was right next to the Dice Tower booth where we were working. But it just didn't really do much.
Nope.
All right, that's 2017, big year. 2018. This has the number 1 game of all time. We all know what it is.
It's Brass Birmingham.
Yeah, it's been up there now for, 3 years? It's been up top? 2 years?
Soon to be deposed, I believe.
Soon to be deposed. Interesting.
Soon. He claims it's going to be soon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my future prediction.
I mean, yeah, people just spent $1,000 on miniatures for the number 3 game, so... they're going to just vote it up because they have to justify their purchase, but
yes, whatever. Exactly.
And then there's a new brass coming too, which will drop this one down a little bit probably for some people.
That's going to be so very interesting how that rates, because is the brass phenomena over, or is there a revival coming?
Well, the thing is like if you look at what happened with Gloomhaven and Frosthaven was number 1 by so much nobody thought it would ever come down. And then over time, it's kind of dropped. And part of that was like Frosthaven came out, and some people like Frosthaven more. And so I think when you go in and adjust your ratings in your own personal account, you're like,
sure,
Gloomhaven was a 10, but there's nothing higher than a 10. So Frosthaven's a 10. Gloomhaven has to be a 9.
Sure.
Like I've done that on my own rankings before. I'm like, well, these are the same. Like Terra Mystica dropped in my rankings because Gaia Project is better.
Yeah, reevaluation of the mechanics and all the other kind of stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Supposedly, and we talked about this on an acquisition preview, Wolfer preview, where they're going to claim that the Pittsburgh version is going to be more accessible and a little more simplified. So that could do it. Again, that might be the thing that has been keeping people away from Brass Birmingham, because it is a daunting game when you first step into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Pittsburgh. I used to live there. I'll buy
Same. I used to live there too.
It's awesome. Yeah. Couple former Pittsburghers here.
What? Yins? My
All
yins
right.
out there.
Yeah, yins. All right, so we got a couple other games here that are in our personal top 10s. My number 2 of all time is number 3 here, Root.
Absolutely. That was a huge game that year. I remember the booth being empty.
Empty. They ran out of stuff in like the first 4 hours, and they're like, we have plushies.
And then they ran out of those.
Yeah. And then they just hung out for 2 days.
That was the first time I ever legitimately saw a big booth of that size and that, that big of a company just empty.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to them, and they're like, "Well, we took a mortgage out on our house, so we still couldn't bring enough games." And we're just like, "Awesome! Like, this is great."
Yeah, it's great. You sold them all. That's awesome. It's a brilliant game. It makes sense. Because the year before it was Vast, and like a lot of people bought Vast, but then they were like trying to play it, and they're like, "I don't know."
It's hard. Vast is a hard teach.
Whereas Root is much more accessible compared to
why,
Vast.
though, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then another one that's been your number 1 in the past came out that year.
Oh, I have to go. All these memories come from conventions or places where we've actually played them.
Yeah.
And if the other games are true, then that has to be an Underwater Cities, because that was one that we were really absolutely passionately wanting to get to the table. You got an early European copy of it, I think, like an early version.
So it came out in 2018 at Essen. We played it at PAX a month later, and then I ordered a copy directly from the publisher, and they shipped it overseas. And I think I got 2 copies because the first one got lost in the mail.
Jeez.
And then I ordered those. Like I told them, like, it got lost. They sent another one, and then the first one eventually showed up. And I was like, "Chris, do you want this?"
Yes.
Now I have 2 copies. And so that's how we got our copies of Underwater Cities. And then they released it.
I remember we played at the convention. The guys had to leave. Was it on a Sunday or something?
Yeah.
No!
I want to finish this brilliant game. 2 more rounds. Come on.
That's true. And it's coming out with a new expansion too, by the way.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, nice.
All right, a couple more this year. Everdell at number 4.
That's a game breaker too, for sure.
Yeah, number 41 overall. And Nemesis at number 2, 23 overall.
Makes sense. People love it. I still have not played that. I've not played.
Same, yeah. That's one of those ones when we realized it was in the top 100, we're like, really? And it's only gotten higher.
I've seen it only once at a game night. I've never seen it at a game night. I just think because it's too big and expensive for people to have to drag it all out.
It's really big. It takes up so much space.
Was it $900 the last thing that they were talking about?
For like all everything? Yeah. It's a lot of game.
What did you bring? I brought Machikara. What'd you bring? A $900 board game.
Cool.
Oh, I don't know what we'll play tonight.
I think we have to play yours because that's a lot of money, and I'm sad.
I'm sad now.
I don't want to play that game, but
I feel very sorry, but okay.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into 2019. 2019, this is a weird mix year, I think. These are all good games. I think we've given all these games good reviews, except the one we have not played. Number 5 that year was PAX Premier 2nd Edition.
Makes sense. Great
Number
game.
51 overall. Cole Worley bringing back his old game, like readjusting it, really just narrowing in on the historical elements really well. Number 4 that year was a game that is still in my top 10, has been every year since. Marvel Champions, the card game.
Okay, cool.
I have everything ever released for this game, which is stupid because I haven't played all of it, but gotta have one. I've always had one LCG that I buy all the stuff for. This is the current one. So
look, you have a podcast. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. It's all a write-off, man. It's all a write-off.
It's what we tell ourselves.
Yep. The IRS is like, what are you using this for? I'm like, review it on a podcast or something. I don't know. Number 3, famously, I hated forever. And then once I actually played it for real, I was like, this is great. And you beat me the first time we played it.
Oh, that's got to be Barrage.
Yeah, Barrage. That happened.
After I played and won that game, I never needed to play it again afterwards. I own that game. That's it.
Yeah. You have not played it since?
No, I've played it since, but I'm just making a joke about it. I won when I played you the first time, and I don't need to play it anymore. So. But that game and its broken wheels, which eventually they fixed, and it's a very good game.
Yes. Yeah.
I played several times afterwards.
Okay.
The right way, supposedly.
I would imagine.
You never know.
It's so complex. It's not a game they should put out there and just like figure it out at PAX, but they did. And one of the enforcers was like, I'm helping you learn this, and it didn't go well.
I love
except
PAX.
for you.
I love PAX for risking that. But I gotta tell you, your heart drops into your shoes when the game teacher starts to open the rule book and goes, okay, and you're like, oh no. Just like,
but you've already sat down, you're already committed, you're already set up.
Yes.
Like, I guess we're doing this for 5 hours.
I did that with which one is it? Vitalis or Mars? Which one?
On Mars.
Mars, and I was just like, he started opening the rule book, and I was just like, oh no, this is gonna be bad.
I remember that. Yeah, that was the year I did not go to PAX, and you remember you telling me about that. I'm like, that's not a good way to learn that game.
That is not a good way to learn that game.
All right, we have Barrage, famously, and then Wingspan at number 2, a game that I'm surprised is ranked as low as it is, because I think you and I talked about this for a while. This will be the number 1 game of all time someday, and I think it moved up into the top 15 or so, and now it's down to 37.
Yeah, 37 is surprising, because it was, and I hand to God, I think, Anthony, if I could even move the camera a little bit here, just to show you this actually happened here. You see Wingspan, the expansions over there?
Yeah.
I just pulled it out to show the family because my niece is taking a class on birds, and I was just like, I have the game. I have the game. And I just told the whole story because I remember that being such a definitive year, because that game came out and there was no game up to that point that had the cross appeal that Wingspan had for the bird watchers. And I just told the story of how that game was like $800 on eBay when it first came out. And I think you remember, I told Anthony, I'm like, this is going to be big back in the day when it first came out. And it was gigantic, bigger than I even thought. I knew it was going to be big, but man, Elizabeth Hargrave, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. And now we're on version 3 of it, right?
All the expansions and everything, and the big box, the nesting box, and everything comes along with it.
Dragons and fish, and
yes, they're coming out with a new dragon expansion. There's
an expansion for that.
Baby dragons, baby dragons. God. Your daughter's going to be thrilled.
That's my version. Wormspan is my version. I love that version.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, and then the number 1 game that year, a game we have not played, but hey, we talked about legacy games. Clank Legacy Acquisitions Incorporated.
There you go.
This is the number 25 game of all time on Board Game Geek. So people be digging some other legacy games. They're up there.
I guess. I don't see Clank as a legacy game. I mean, let me give you.
This is one. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, in the sense, I feel like it's more of a campaign kind of thing. I mean, again, I have not played it, so I don't want to critique it too heavy. But like, if I'm not tearing the board up and ripping cards up and destroying things left and right, I don't feel like it's a thing. But your legacy may differ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to 2020, which was a weird year for, reasons.
I don't remember why. What happened? I can't remember anything from that time.
Yeah, well, I don't remember either. There are all 5 of these games are in the top 50 of all time, so it was still a good year for games.
I remember 2. I remember 2 for sure because it was the games that impacted that lockdown year more. Actually, it was like 3 games, but the 2 main games that locked down because they were huge, and for some reason, because there was not a lot of game information getting out of there, they connected and conflated and like versus these games, and that was Lost Ruins of Arnak and Dune Imperium. I remember that was the big controversy. Like, which one do you like? Like, which one is the game?
Yeah. These are the same. Like, really? Which is better? Yeah, because they both had like worker placement with deck building. That was it.
Yeah, but so did Clank. We just talked about Clank.
Right, yeah.
Clank made Dune Imperium.
Right,
Clank
yeah.
people.
They're both built on that idea. And Arnak has like a bunch of other stuff going on top of that. Like, you only take 2 worker placement actions per round, and then you do like 40 other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, of those 2, Dune Imperium came out on top. It is number 1 from the year. It's 6 overall. I did not realize it climbed that high.
I didn't realize that either. I'm still shocked that, again, the game mechanics are great and they refined them from Clank, but I'm so happy and shocked that the Dune IP has worked so well.
It's crazy how good it is. Yeah, and I think Dune Imperium really benefits from all the expansions that have come out since.
Sure.
The Rise of Ix expansion in particular, very, very good.
it's just such a challenging IP.
Yeah.
I'm still very surprised that people are picking this up en masse.
Yeah. It's sold so much.
I mean, the new movies are great, but I'm just still very surprised by it.
Yep. All right, and then number 4 here, Lost Ruins of Arnak. So
yes.
Not too far behind, number 27 overall. This was a game that I think I played like 2 weeks before we did our top 100 that year.
Sure.
And it immediately jumped to like number 19 on my list because I was just like, this game is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love it. I have my big box downstairs now full of all the expansions, and they barely fit. And then they just announced another expansion. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, the box is already full. Now there's more. What else?
I do remember, trying to think, right around that time, I remember one game that I think that might be in that year that you and I played, especially because while we were playing it, the table fell and the game went everywhere.
Yes.
And that was Kanban EV, I think. Because I really enjoyed playing that game, and then I leaned too hard on the fold-out table and paid the price.
Yeah. So the story with that one is the Kanban EV was on Kickstarter.
Okay. This was Kanban we played?
We played the original version because I had the driver edition.
Sure.
Because you were like, I want to back it, but I haven't played the original. I'm like, I have the original. I'll bring it when I visit.
Yeah.
And this was the very end of February in 2020. So like 2 or 3 weeks before COVID really locked everything down.
Yes.
And so we played the game, and we got like 75% of the way through before the table broke.
Yeah.
And then I went home and backed Kanban EV. So
there you go.
I was like, that was good. I'll back that.
Glad to help.
Yeah.
We got selling games every day.
Yeah. We got through enough of it.
Yes.
So that's number 5 from the year, number 48 overall.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2, we have Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy at number 3, 18 overall, and
great game.
Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, also known as Gloomhaven Target Edition.
I know, I was surprised. That was a surprise edition.
Yeah, that's the second game all time, 12 overall.
And again, might also have been another reason for Gloomhaven's decline from number 1.
Right, yeah.
This was the accessible version of Gloomhaven.
Yeah, it had the book instead of the maps, so you could play on the book.
Cheaper.
Much, like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, shocking and surprising and wonderful that it was able to actually sell in Target.
Yeah.
Because that's a very niche game, and it's amazing that it's sold in Target.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm still surprised it was there, but like for $50, especially when Wingspan's selling for $60, and then they're trying to sell like Game of Thrones Catan for $80.
Oh, that was the crazy $80-$90 for that. That was insane.
Yeah, and then it was all of them were on sale later because nobody bought them.
Nope. Can't imagine why.
Yeah. All right, let's get into 2021. And I feel like the next couple years here are a little bit weaker. And I don't know if that's like recency bias or just like, I'm starting to get nostalgic about all these old games I own.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one solid game from 2021 that I really enjoyed. The rest are okay. So we have the game that you feel will be number 1 someday.
Oh, that's gotta be Ark Nova, man.
Yeah, that is the number 1 from that year, number 3 overall.
It's gonna happen.
I believe you. You kept saying that, and then I got into the top 5, and I'm like, maybe. And then they were like 3D edition. I'm like, oh, it's gonna go to number 1.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Actually, you know what? Is the 3D edition separate on Board Game Geek? Because if it's separate, I don't know if it will happen.
That's a good question. Yeah, maybe they'll split the vote as far as that's concerned.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I don't know how much the publishers play a role in the BGG, but also how much. I mean, they got to care about the BGG, right? As far as number 1.
Oh, it's got to help.
So why would you want it to split the vote, right? You must campaign for it at the very least not to split the vote.
Right. It is separate. It is a different edition.
Is it really on BGG?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird because it's no different. It's just the components.
Oh, no. It's listed as an expansion. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
All right. Sure.
Expansion 4. Yep. So, no, this will be number 1. You're right.
Okay.
It's happening. Sigh.
Anthony's gonna have to live with this for the rest of his life. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't hate this game. People think I hate this game. I don't hate this game.
He hates the game, people.
I don't hate this game. I still
show them the tattoos. Show them the tattoos. Show them.
Why would I get a tattoo of a game I hate?
Because to show people you hate it.
Oh, okay. So it's just like The logo with an X through it?
Yes, we know what it is. We have all seen it.
That's a lot
This is
of
why
pain.
we do a podcast and not a video channel.
So I got my Arc Nova, you've got your Feast for Odin.
Yes.
We're good.
I couldn't fit the whole thing on my arm because it's so gigantically big. Couldn't fit on one arm,
Yeah.
Just an odd shaped piece of food. It's a polyomino with a, line through it.
I would say Arc Nova takes longer to play than Feast for Odin.
That's a good question. Actually, there was recently someone did an article on games that lie about their playtime, and we could visit that at some point. It was a little basic of an article, so I didn't bring it up, but it's certainly something we could talk about because, like, every game lies about their playtime.
Yeah, but which ones are the worst? Yeah,
that's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
Mm-hmm.
I think TI4 says something like an hour per player, which is bananas.
Oh, sure. That's not.
I mean, it's not even that bananas. Like, you play with 6 hours, it takes like up to 8. But
what's the most surprisingly long game to play? That, yeah, you have to figure out, like,
Maracaibo.
Maracaibo is definitely in the top 3 because that game is just great. I mean, there's just, like we talked about Terraforming Mars, right? There's just games that are just fundamentally broken, and not intended to take that long, but are just fundamentally broken because they didn't play tested enough, so therefore broken, right? If you want to win that game, you need a Tableau. Maracaibo is kind of the same way. It's like you could sail around really quickly, but you're not going to win the game if you do that.
Yeah.
So might as well take your time, Bo.
Yep. And then the game is super dang long.
Yeah. Oh, so long. Painfully long. Yeah.
That game is fine solo because the game has a bot that moves around and forces you to go.
Yes.
And you're only really going to get 4 or 5 turns on each rotation. But
it's a problem.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Other games from 2021. We have Sleeping Gods at number 5.
Yes, I did play. I played through the whole campaign. I remember that clearly.
Yep. 64 overall. Cascadia at number 4, 54 overall. Spiel des Jahr winner the following year. My favorite game from this year, I'm fairly certain. The Crew Mission Deep Sea, number 42 overall. This is the sequel to The Crew, so the Deep Sea version, which is like the better version, but it's not the original. And then Great Western Trail's back with 2nd edition at number 28. Because why not have 2 of the exact same game in the top 30?
And in this case, it's not in the same rank. It's a separate game.
Yeah, it's not that different. 2nd edition, it's different, but it's not that different.
Again, going back to Asian Railroads, why?
Yeah. It's random. All right, 2022. I don't think you'll guess any of these, but
well, we just talked about the convention I went to that you did not go to. So that was Frosthaven, because I went to the Frosthaven party.
Okay.
At PAX Unplugged, bro. There was like weird foamy paper hands that you could get that were like claws of the monster guy. I didn't get a pair, but yeah.
And 3 years later, the game came out.
With like very minute changes, but made it the game better.
I guess. Yeah. So Frosthaven is number 1 that year, number 22 overall. The other 4 in order, because I don't think you would guess these.
No, it's during the lockdown pandemic years where I remember Frosthaven because of the convention, so that's why.
Yeah, this is like, I feel like coming out of lockdown, we got a lot of like just a lot of this is like crowdfundy stuff. Sure. Big sprawling boxes that we stopped buying. But we have Blood on the Clock Tower at 85.
Yep.
Wonderful article about Blood on the Clock Tower on Board Game Academics, by the way. Check out the Victory Points essays.
So you're saying Board Game Academics has commercially available games that everyone has in their collection, but use and utilize in different ways with different populations and groups that they can bring to their friends' tables and use in a professional environment, Anthony?
Yes.
Whoa, that's pretty cool, dude.
Check it out.
Go to BoardGameAcademics.com.
Yeah, you should. The Victory Point essays are very fun. They're not, like, if you're intimidated by big, long academic essays or articles, these are shorter, more direct, more personal.
And they're fun.
Still research-based, but, like, just about people's experiences with games, which are
read the essays before you read the journal articles.
Yes,
they're a good introduction.
Yep. So yeah, Blood on the Clock Tower, the ultimate social deduction game. Number 4, Clank Catacombs at number 66.
Sure.
And number 3, Oath Sworn Into the Deep Wood, 62 overall.
Scary trees.
I've been invited to play this game like 3 times, and each time I've been busy with some. It's not even that I don't want to play it. I just like haven't been able to make it happen. But there's a lot of copies of this floating around.
Yes. Scary trees and giant rats for some reason.
Right. Yeah. And then number 2 overall, at 45, or number 2 at 45 overall, is Heat, Pedal to the Metal.
Yep. It's
Days of Wonder coming back with a big one.
It's finally they are back. They had a lot of very lackluster years.
Yes.
And this is not my favorite game, but it's a great everything in the box game for sure.
I really like Flamme Rouge, which is what this is based on, because it's so simple. You have 2 bicyclists, you have these cards, you play them, you move. Heat, Pedal to the Metal is that, but then adds all the stuff that goes with the car. Plus, a bunch of other things in the racetrack. So I'm like, that's fine. I like the simplicity of the bicycles. Mm-hmm. But this is a good game.
Yeah.
All right. 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2023. There you go. So I feel like we're back to some good stuff here. We both kind of popped for a few of these games. First up, though, we have another legacy game up in the top 100.
Okay.
What IP do you think it is attached to?
2023. It's got to be one I did not play.
Right.
And one that is not... Oh, wait a minute. This is one I really didn't play or never did see. This is a Ticket to Ride one?
Yeah. Ticket to Ride Legends of the West.
This is weirdly, like, it came out, and I'm assuming I heard that it was good. I don't remember. And then I never heard anything else about it ever again for some reason.
Right, yeah. Like, I actually have a copy of this that I picked up.
We should play that.
We should play that.
Why do we
I thought
I
could get the kids
play it?
Yeah. I thought I could get the kids to play it because we've played Ticket to Ride in the past, and it's just like you tell them it's a legacy game. Even a child's like, "Oh, I have to play this with you 10 times."
Yeah,
and they're like, "I don't want to do that." I'm like, "Oh, come on, guys! I'm your dad, and you love me." And they're like, "Yeah, maybe not that much."
Could be worse. Could be Gloomhaven.
Yeah, it's true. 120. Let's go.
Could be worse. Could be Charstone.
So yeah, Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West is number 5 from 2023. At number 4 from that year, Age of Innovation, the updated technology-ish but still fantasy version of Ticket to Ride. Nope. Terra Mystica,
yes.
58 overall. This is the game that I traveled all the way back to the Newark airport to pick up when my luggage got stolen.
Yeah, buddy.
Because it was in there.
Fun times.
We have our number 1 game of the year that year. Game of the year pick, 2023.
Oh, sure. That's gonna be Hegemony.
Hegemony, right? Yeah. Lead your class to victory. Number 3 that year, 44 overall.
Very
up into the top 50. Yeah, great stuff.
It's again very surprising that it has risen this high, considering this is 4 very asymmetrical play casts. And again, it's a chunky, crunchy game. So I'm really happy that it got this high.
Yeah, and it's about a subject matter too that, like, I feel like doesn't resonate with everybody.
It should, though, because we're all in these different social economic classes, and it's a really interesting dynamic where you're competing, but you have to cooperate at the same time to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also very much true about society. So if alien monsters blowing each other up is not the thing, the social classes can have war. Yeah. There's some things that are certainly missed out that should be in the game. Again, there's a solid critique, but again, the fact that it exists is fantastic.
Yeah. Number 2 that year is Sky Team, which was the Spiel des Jahres winner the next year, number 34 overall. And then another Dune Imperium game at number 1, Uprising.
Yay!
Yeah, Uprising at number 10 overall. So we have 2 Dune Imperium games in the top 10 on Board Game Geek.
And that's a great, collection of all the other Dune stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I
haven't played this version yet, but I've heard good things.
Yep, you got the spies, man.
Spies
out my century.
All right, couple more years here. 2024. I like all of these games. This was 2024 was a really good year for me. I feel like the 2-3 years before that I was like, meh, it's fine, it's meh. But 2024, I'm like, my top 10 is just full of bangers.
I know one for sure because it's one that you talked about a lot, and I think we played a lot, and I think there was a little challenge because we carried it really over to the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely has to be SETI.
Yeah, SETI came out at the very end of the year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't available till PAX, at least in the North America. It is now number 35 overall on Board Game Geek.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's really popular. People dig SETI. And there's an expansion coming out next month, which I'm really excited about because it's going to add, like, it's basically Prelude, SETI Prelude. So.
I know. I remember reading through it and I'm just like, you guys did a Prelude.
Yeah. But hey, that's the thing everybody complained about the most. That's the thing you didn't like, right?
It's the one thing I really didn't like about the game. And I think the other thing it does correct is it gives a little asymmetric ability to the players.
Yeah.
So that the factions feel different. Everyone felt too much the same. And when you feel the same, then you feel like you have to go for the same things. And when you don't get the thing because someone else got to it first, then you feel like, well, I don't want to play anymore because I did the thing. But again, a very surprisingly deep and fun kind of game, considering it has a very like abstracted kind of look and appeal to it. So I agree with you, Anthony. I think the expansion is going to blow this game up. I talked about it before. I think it's going to be, significantly bigger than anyone's thought about at this point, because I think it's really what it needed. The Prelude and the faction kind of specialties, I think that's it. I think they did it. Plus the new aliens, I think is great too.
Yeah. I'm really excited for it. Other stuff that came out that year, we have Arcs at number 5. This is the space trick-taking game from Cole Worley. Harmonies at number 4, 69 overall.
Yep. I remember playing these with Will. Yep.
Yeah. Stacking some tokens. Slay the Spire, the board game, at number 2, with 32 overall, which is crazy to me. It's a board game implementation of a video game that is basically a board game. And it's just this brilliant implementation. They're like, hey, how do we make this work in a tabletop version? We make it co-op. I'm like, yes, that's exactly how you do it. So Slay the Spire up there for me, one of my favorites from last year. And then the number 1 game ranked so far from 2024 is Lord of the Rings, The Duel for Middle Earth, number 31, which is Seven Wonders Duel, but Lord of the Rings.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Love it.
Which is like the current trend from Asmodee. Like, let's take our most popular games and turn it into Lord of the Rings. So we have Seven Wonders Duel last year. This year we get Pandemic. I don't know if we're getting Catan next year. We'll figure it out.
Well, it's what Fantasy Flight did many years ago, where it basically tanked their Terranov universe.
Yeah.
And Asmodee's doing it, so it makes sense that like it tanks at least some of their original IPs.
Right. Yeah. Like, if you're like, I like Lord of the Rings, why would I buy the generic ancient Greek version? You're like, yeah. Why would you buy that? Buy the better one.
Sure.
Very good year last year.
All right. Very good year. Yep.
All right. 2025. I have not actually played any of these games yet.
Okay.
So now it's only September. So this list will change because a lot of the games from last year, 4 of those came out in the second half of the year.
Sure.
So 2025 so far, we have at number 5, Finspan.
You and I saw this at the Level Up convention, but did not get a chance to play it.
Right. I can imagine what it is, though.
We've seen it.
Aridia, The Paths We Dare Tread, which we're very familiar with from our draft earlier in the year.
I have friends who play it.
Vantage from Stonemaier.
A lot of interesting controversy, both like amazing and also like it's a game experience.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it's going to fall in that Pandemic Legacy Time Stories bucket of like, this is really cool, but is it a game in the same way we talk about games?
Yeah, it's kind of a solo walking around experience and like Tales of Arabian Nights, but not as kind of condensed. So it's like, go do a thing. What did you do? I just walked around. Cool. That was a game, right? Like it was. So have not played it. So, we'll get play it at some point.
Yeah. I'm really excited for people who like it. It's just, it does not sound like a game I would like, so I have not tried to play it yet.
I like to play it. Again, just like I said, the experiences I've heard from other people. So
sure. The Elder Scrolls: Betrayal of the Second Era.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I have not played that.
Yeah. I have a copy of this that I picked up on some credit that I probably should have used for 4 other games instead of just this one. But hey, what are you going to do when you got points on a credit card? When you got that. Yeah, well, you got to come down here because it weighs like 40 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I can't lug this to church.
That makes sense.
And it is very complicated. It's too many bones with 5 rule books.
Yes. Indestructible, but yes.
Yeah. And then number 1 on the list here so far this year, Galactic Cruise.
Played that.
Overall ranking 367. So this year so far, nothing has shot up. Doesn't mean nothing will, but so far nothing has like broken out and been like, I'm the game of the year from a ranking perspective. So we'll see what happens.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of more months. PAX is happening. Essence happening.
Yeah. All the awards next year too definitely affect these lists a lot.
Yes.
Once they start coming out. So even if there's no standout game to like commercially in the year, once we get to like March, April, May, June, July, when all the awards come out, that affects things too.
Yeah, I think also this year we've seen a lot of expansions, and I think we'll continue. But also we've seen tariffs.
Yeah.
And the tariffs have really cut down a lot of the production of a lot of these big games shipping out. So,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so who knows what we'll see. Like all the Essen releases, normally we would see those between November and March. Are we going to see them this year? I don't know.
It's true. Like Bomb Busters was the Spiel des Jahres game this year, and I know that Mega Spiel had a difficult time getting copies of that out because of tariffs and such.
Right.
So it might be a very thin 2025.
It could be. But there you go, folks. That is the top 60 games ranked by year. 5 for each year over the last 12 years since we started. So a good snapshot of what we've been playing, what we talked about, what we awarded, what we have on our top 100 lists, going back to the very beginning.
Absolutely. Again, thank you all for joining us. Hopefully this is a great walk down memory lane. Anthony and I have, for this podcast alone, 544 episodes. So if any of these games have any interest for you whatsoever, go to BoardGamersAnonymous.com. Type in the game. You'll find all the episodes and the references to it on the website. And you could hear our full reviews, previews, walkthroughs, gigantic feelings, plays that we actually have with the games, conventions, conversations, interviews, all that great stuff. So please use the archives. They're there for you to discover, again, the latest and greatest of the last 12 plus years. Until next time, this is Chris.
And this is Anthony.
And we'll save you all a seat at the table. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Hey there, Hugh from Podderation here, and if you like today's show, why not have a listen to the All Things Nintendo podcast? Hosted by Brian Shea, former director at Game Informer and lifelong games journalist, the show explores the ins and outs of gaming's oldest company and one of its biggest, featuring interviews, featuring reviews, featuring everything you want to know about the world of Nintendo. If you'd like to learn more, check out our website at podderation.com.